is this man? The roar of the crowd was so loud as Daniel walked in to the ring. The ringmaster called out, "Who is this man?" As Daniel crossed up and went through the ropes, he stood up there and looked around. The people called out, "Who is this man?" Some people called back and said, "His name is Daniel." "Where's he come from? We don't know where." The ringmaster looked at him and said, "Are you ready to fight, young man?" he said. Daniel nodded his head. The ringmaster said, "Into the fight." The other young man danced around through him, waving his gloves at Daniel's head. Daniel took off his glove, pointed his hand at the young man's head. The crowd went silent. The young boxer stood there, eyes glaring with red in their eyes. He dropped to his knees and bowed his head and said, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry," he said. The crowd roared out, "What's going on in there?" Daniel turned around and looked about. The young man started to sob there. Daniel touched him on the shoulder and said, "Stand up, young man, stand up," he said. "You've done nothing wrong to anyone else." He stood in awe and couldn't say a word. The ringmaster stood, just stared at him. People booed and howled at him. Once again, Daniel stared at them. The young man stepped out of the ring, dropping his gloves as he walked away. Daniel took his other glove off, dropped it on the mat, and climbed through the ropes. People screamed out, "Who are you?" Some called out, "It's Daniel." "Where did he come from?" Other people called, "We don't know where, but he's here now." Daniel stood and gently waved his hand at the crowd. They all went silent. You could hear a pin drop. He never uttered a word. He just stared at them with his diamond eyes shaped, and nodded his head. "Where do you come from?" someone else cried. "Where do you do? What are you doing to us?" He waved his hand once again across the room, and then slowly walked out. No one knows where he comes from. No one's seen him before. People ask, did he come from up above? Or what is he here for? Before Daniel left the room, he looked around and uttered some words for the crowd. I've come from another place, a place far away from here. I've come to look after yous all, my dears. You've got to understand, there's got to be peace in this world. And fighting's not the way to go. God bless yous all, and I'll come back one day. So look after yourselves. Daniel left the room. There was no noise to be heard. And then he disappeared. God bless you, Daniel.